All right, if Gon and Killua had to throw down, who's walking away from that fight? Which of the two of them is stronger? Shout out to Aurora for asking me about this. Let's talk about it. All right, first of all, Aurora said we're not counting adult Gon, and I agree with that. This was a very unique circumstance. He wouldn't pull this out against Killua. So we're just talking about regular Gon and Killua here. With that out of the way, the first thing I want to say is that these two are, I think, roughly equal. I feel like I'm talking about Gojo and Sukuna all of a sudden, but I feel like that's especially the point with Gon and Killua. We know that when they learn Nin, Wing calls both of them 1 in 10 million talents, basically putting them on the same level, right? And I think that's kind of the basis for their friendship and rivalry and entire dynamic, right? They respect the strength in each other and are pushed forward by each other. So all of that to say, I don't think there's some massive power imbalance here. I think they are supposed to be roughly equal. However, push come to shove, if they were to get into a fight right now, I gotta give it to Killua. I think he's just got more experience and the better abilities at this point in the series. He was trained as an assassin his entire life, right? So he's got that muscle memory. He's done the reps, he's put in the work to be a better fighter and somebody that can, take a life when he needs to. Now, Gon's got that dog in him, do not get me wrong, but he just was raised up in the wilderness, and that comes with its own set of strengths, right? But when it comes to a 1v1 throwdown, I think Killua's, prestige as an assassin is going to give him the edge. Not to mention the fact that Godspeed is just the far better Hatsu, at least at this point in the series, right? Rock, paper, scissors is great and all, but Gon's not going to be able to touch Godspeed Killua. Now, that's not to say that Gon just gets one-tapped and embarrassed, but I definitely feel like we got to give the edge to the young Zoldyck prodigy here, at least at this point in the story. But I fully believe as it continues, and hopefully Gon will re-enter the story, that these two will continue to be neck and neck, and Gon will make leaps that will catch him up to Godspeed Killua.